All right, heading into game 6, the Celtics are down 3 games to 2. The main adjustment they made this game is they're starting Robert Williams, playing that two big lineup with him and Al Horford. Let's see how that kind of affects the Sixers on offense. That's where we mostly saw the changes. So here we get started right first play of the game. You can see Robert Williams is guarding PJ Tucker, but as the Celtics have done all series, they're just leaving him wide open, basically. And here Harden drives. He sees Robert Williams, and Horford's helping off as well. Tatum's coming back late. And Harden, a little indecisive. This is probably the right play, but just doesn't make the right pass. Next time down, you can see Maxey turns the corner here, has Robert Williams right in his face, and makes a contest. That's a tough shot to hit. He's got a good floater, but that's really a tough shot. Maxey doesn't quite have the playmaking to hit PJ Tucker, who he has here. Like Robert Williams' jumps is wide open, and really it should be a dump off to Tucker, but Maxey doesn't have that vision quite yet. Here again, Williams helping way off of PJ Tucker, who's now in the corner looking for a three. And Embiid, rather than kind of driving and attacking here, settles a little bit for this jump shot. So it's early in the shot clock, 15 seconds. Robert Williams isn't even like over helping quite yet, but Embiid settles for this jumper a little bit because the threat of Robert Williams is over there. And here we are again. You can see PJ Tucker cuts through. He's trying to occupy Robert Williams a little bit. He's really doing his best with the way that they're playing him. Embiid drives, doesn't really have a good look. You can see when he goes to take this shot, everyone's focused in on him, and Robert Williams is right underneath. PJ Tucker doesn't really do much to occupy him. It's 5-on-1 at this point. Embiid's got to either kick it out or reset. They have 5 seconds left. They have a little bit of time to get a better shot. At this point, Doc's kind of done with PJ Tucker, at least for this set, so he gets him out of there and gets Melton in there. Here's a quick look at what the Celtics have done on offense with Robert Williams to kind of put the Sixers in a bad spot. So the way the Sixers play this pick and roll with this drop coverage that Embiid has played all year, it leads them susceptible to this lob play. So it starts off, Tatum gets the double screen, which causes a switch for Tobias, who's a little bit late on the switch. And then, so Embiid has to take a half step up and then is not back in time to get the lob. So Robert Williams definitely helping on the offensive end at times as well, but those are the sets they're going to have to run. Same thing as previous with Maxey. He kind of gets in the lane and Robert Williams actually tips this, but this isn't like their best shot. Maxey's got a good floater, but again, early in the shot clock, 15 seconds left on the shot clock, they can get a better look than this Maxey floater. So now the Celtics have taken Robert Williams out of the game, and the Sixers can kind of get into more of their regular offense, more of the stuff that they've been successful with all year. They get to that Embiid pick and roll. Horford's the only one kind of in the lane helping. There goes Embiid, gets him up, and feels just very comfortable driving the lane. You can see when he catches here, everyone's focused on him, and maybe Tobias is here. Tatum's helping off a little bit too much. But no one's just sitting in the paint like Robert Williams was when PJ Tucker was in the game. So therefore, Embiid is able to make a quick move, attacks Horford, and scores. Same thing here. We have Harden. He just feels more comfortable attacking the lane when there's no Robert Williams. So look at how much space he creates here. So it's 1-on-1, a little bit of a push off, but he's wide open. This is a great shot. He doesn't knock it down. Maybe he's not in rhythm because he didn't get going offensively early because of the Robert Williams minutes, but this is a great shot for the Sixers all day. Next time down, you see they get it to Embiid again, and here, look, they're all concerned about the shooters. So Embiid has the option to attack Horford. He creates himself a little bit more space by looking off Derek White, and then can attack, gets to the line. All right, so now fast forward to the second quarter when we get more of these Horford and Robert Williams minutes. Go into the pick and roll with Maxey, he rejects it. And same thing we saw in the first quarter, right? So like Maxey's got tons of people in here. He tries to get to this float game, doesn't quite have it. He's got to develop that next level of playmaking where he turns this corner, sees Robert Williams, and is thinking, where can I go off the ball? PJ Tucker's doing his best here to be valuable with his man helping completely off. He could sit in the corner and wait for a pass, but he's going and trying to set a screen to make an even more open look for Tobias in the corner. It's something that Maxey's got to get to if they're going to keep running these PJ Tucker lineups with Robert Williams in. Next time down, you can see same thing. They're trying different stuff here. So they put Tucker in the pick and roll to try and get Robert Williams to help, which he does. But after they get out of it, it's kind of in the same situation. This is a pretty good shot. Shot clock's running down, so I'm not sure they can get a better look. But if they can get something going to the rim when Robert Williams is out here, that's a much better option. And even though PJ Tucker, they got the option they wanted, kind of, they didn't attack it well enough to get a switch here. And they're not really looking to hit PJ Tucker on the roll because he's not that great of a scorer off the roll. So they end up with this Embiid shot. That's not terrible, but there's better shots to be had. So once again, they get it in the block. Embiid's just a little hesitant. And here they do end up getting a bucket here, but it's kind of tough, you know? It's not the looks that the Sixers consistently want to be getting. And here's what they're going to have to do, again, if they continue these PJ Tucker lineups. They attack. It's smart this time, not even Robert Williams, but they're committed to helping off of PJ Tucker. And PJ Tucker's wide open, and he's got to knock this down if he's going to continue to play minutes in this series. So now into the third quarter, back with the same lineups. We got Robert Williams here. He's helping off in the corner. And Embiid, same thing, just like isn't really looking to attack much because Robert Williams is there in that second line of defense. Getting to it again. Here's Embiid. He's attacking. But here he kicks to PJ Tucker. PJ's got to knock these down to keep his minutes. He really has to. So then back to this pick and roll. So you can see again, drop. Maxey gets kind of crushed on the screen. So Embiid has to be a step up on the drive. That's really the best offensive option that Robert Williams gives the Sixers. Gives the Celtics, rather. You know what I mean. And so here, once again, Robert Williams helping a ton off this in the corner. Harden gets in there and finds him. He's got to knock this down. He's got to knock down that three. So here we're back. Same kind of thing. You can see it over and over again. The lane's just clogged. There's just so many Celtics bodies in the paint. And they're not concerned about PJ Tucker. PJ's got to be available to hit that shot. He just made one, missed one. It just really screws up the spacing a little bit. Celtics get a transition bucket on the other end. And so here, one of the first plays with Niang in, so after that last possession, they make a substitution, get Niang in here, and it kind of changes the whole dynamic of this third quarter. So you can see now the only matchup for Robert Williams is Embiid. And they go matchup hunting. They force the switch there, and then everything's a little late, and there's a pocket pass jumper that Embiid gets to. That's automatic. They get to that all the time when they're getting good looks. And here once again, so you see they get to the ball screen. Harden drives. He sees Robert Williams, but he doesn't. He knows Robert Williams has to go back, and so the quick hesitation. He's about to pass it to Embiid, but Robert Williams returns a little bit too quickly because he can't just slough off him like he did with PJ. Easy layup for Harden. Gets an and one, in fact. And so now they've taken Robert Williams out of the game, and the Sixers can kind of get back into their regular offense. High ball screen for Embiid. They get it. Harden attacks middle. You can see all the bodies that are in the middle. White's probably helping a little bit too much off of Maxey, one pass away. And then Maxey's able to attack the closeout and really gets that pull-up. It's slightly different, but I would much prefer Maxey getting to that pull-up off the dribble rather than taking the floaters that he's been taking against Robert Williams. So you can see in these minutes, there's a lot of things that Robert Williams does to kind of like screw up the Sixers offense, but a lot of them almost all of them are attributed to PJ Tucker being in the game. If PJ Tucker is not going to hit that corner three at about like a 50% clip, he's really not giving them the benefit on defense that they're going to need for his minutes to make sense. They really got to, the Sixers, I would not be surprised if they explore starting DeAnthony Melton. And if that's not the move, maybe it's, again, a quick pull of PJ like they did in this quarter, where you're getting Niang in there, where there's a shooter that you have to respect.